So, I'm gonna go for 2 maps. I'm gonna cover Samoa, and I'm going to cover uh, Servasa, Flashpoint map. So, well, I'm gonna go over 3 different things. I'm gonna cover, and they're not super broad. It's gonna be for ults, like what you should be looking for, like with ults, and when you should doing it. You should be ulting, right? I'll go through like each character. I will also be where you want to fight and where you don't want to fight. So, and then the last one is just kind of the like objective of like what you want to do. Okay, so we'll start this off. Flash forward a bit.
Ready.
And these are the scrims from Thursday on September 25th. Okay. So, let's get this party started.
Ready.
Okay, so both teams are both running a brawl comp, so which is mostly going to include Reinhardt, Ramatra. That's a brawl comp. So we have currently a Ramatra, Reaper, Genji, Baptiste, and Juno. So before we get anything happens, I'm going to start with where you want to fight, right? So you most likely are going to end up fighting mostly on. So I'll break this out. You'll mostly start here, shooting a little bit, to then either walking to this box over here, or straight up fighting them on point. So walking at a majority of people walking to fighting on point, right? So that's where you want to fight. You do not want to just sit back. So you don't want to just sit back here the entire time. This is not where you want to fight, right? So if you just let them walk up, take point, or take over here for free, and just sit here the entire time just poking and just shooting at them and never actually, because with a brawl you want to engage. Like your objective for a brawl is literally you walk at them, you force out their cooldowns. So get them to use their sleep dart, get them to use their cleanse, get them to use their wall, get them to use their Ramatra like form to then block, so he doesn't have that anymore. And after you get some of those forced and used by poking them to like moving into them, then you can like fully commit and run it down on like a support or something. But if you just sit here the entire time and never actually go somewhere, walk somewhere and force and like make them use abilities, then they're just gonna gain the entire point, and then pretty much you're on the back foot, and then you get your cooldowns forced. So fights wise, that's what you want to look for. So, and then there's nothing to cover with ults wise. So, and then also to engage, like I said, you want to throw out speed ring or use speed on Lucio, and then so you can walk up a little bit, like I said, shoot a little bit, and then use your speed ring to then move forward. But so use speed ring, not going anywhere. Now we used lamp, so we're on the back foot already. We need to use lamp, and then also use multiple cooldowns. So they get to take point for free, pretty much. If you wanted to, like I said, I'm just showing it. Like I said, they have a Inanna all the way in the back, you're mostly not going to get that unless the Genji like hard reps coast to get her. Outside of that, if you guys met on points, like walked in, fought like this, you could have matched both their tank and Mei TPS, or you could have just again poked a little bit and then walked and then fought these guys, the Sojourn or Kiri, and what that would have do is force them out, make them run away, because they don't want to face an entire team running at them. If they back up, then you gain space. You force out either their TP or the Kiri TP, which is cooldown, which we want. That's the objectives. We want to force cooldowns out, abilities, so then you can punish them for not having like an escape tool. So then Kiri probably has to TP out. Sojourn probably slides, and then okay, cool. Their two other members will probably run at you, and then now you have the choice of you can fight them, do damage, or you can speed and run it down on the people that don't have escape tools. So again, you have to be aware of wall, be careful of their cooldowns. So you have to bait some of those out. So we're already down. So mostly, like I said this during the scrims, but when you lose about 2 to 3 people, you pretty much need to instantly realize that like, okay, this fight's lost, leave. And then so you're not staying a little bit and then leaving and then dying and then staggering yourself, because if you die and you don't respawn with everyone else, then they have to wait around like 10 seconds, and if one of them die, that's another 10 seconds, and now you just now that's 20 seconds, and 20 seconds on a control point is 20%, so that means you'd be like at 32%, and you guys haven't even regrouped yet. So that's really something you have to really get down to science of realizing 2 to 3 people died, and then just get out or run to everyone else and just like run into the enemy team, maybe kill a person and just die. Like trade yourself. Don't actively run away. Okay, so they're kind of holding us in the spawn here, but so for I'll do this too, even though this isn't like the greatest spot. So for fights, if you want to fight, so sitting like out here, again, okay, we're running a brawl, so you want to get kind of into the meat, like you want to get on top of them. So sitting out here and just shooting does nothing. That's not where you want to fight. Where you want to fight is pretty much inside this room, where they are, the enemy team is. But you have to be aware. Again, remember, you have to be conscious that they have a Mei wall. So you have to like kind of like walk in a little bit and bait it out. But another spot is like what you guys did. It'll show up in a couple seconds. Is run in here and then just speed immediately and keep going, and not idle inside this small room. You have to keep on going and keep running it at the DPS and support. And I'll play it out what happens. So you guys wall, or not wall, you guys speed a little bit, right? Okay, then you see wall, and then we decide to sit here, not shoot at wall. You can just break wall, or walk out. Yeah, just break wall. And then that, for them, it gave them enough time to regroup pretty much and already meet you where they want to play. So, again, okay. Now, we don't have any ults, so I'm not going to cover anything yet. But we'll move on to where we're going to fight. So, where we want to fight, or slash don't want to, so I'll cover where we want to fight. Most of the enemy teams will probably end up playing somewhere around here. So that's where you want to fight. So you need to walk up into this area and fight them. So your tank and your Reaper can walk up in there, and then you can have your Genji over here also with your other support. This is okay. It's a little too far, is the thing. You're really split from the team. Genji will never go on hard flanks like this. So let me just describe that. I know I'm getting a little off topic on this, but let me draw a diagram. So if your team, so I'm just going to draw a circle. Right? Okay. Your team is this black little dot, right? There is a couple areas. So do this. So there's there. Okay. So this is where let's say this is where your tank is, right? It's black dot. So this is directly to the sides of the tank. This is a slight off angle, or slight, and this is hard flank. This is like just behind your team pretty much. Where you want to be as Genji and most flankers are like fast DPS, so like Genji, Tracer, Venture, just some examples, right? Is on the like side or on this like slight off angle where you're not too far but you're close, not where you're wrapping around the map. So okay, come on, there we go. All right, so we're just really split. So this is gonna be awkward. So you get forced out, and we're taking a fight already in a spot that's not where we want to fight. So again, you generally want to, if they're here, just change colors, but here, you want to fight here. If they're not here, right, then the spot changes. You don't want to actively fight by yourself over here, because that's just playing into our mate in our mantra. Where you would want to go looking at this situation is that you recognize that there is a Mei or mantra far right side of the point. All you have to do is throw a speed ring like here and walk over here pretty much. The Sojourn and the Kiri can probably get out. Okay, that's fine. The Kiri can TP to the Mei, right, or the mantra. The Soj can probably slide across point. You can probably catch her out. But the most important thing is, right, Ana has no mobility. Only thing she has is sleep dart and anti. You guys speed, all of you come over here, you pretty much just get a pick, right? Since you guys, where you want to fight is in this box. And the where you fight changes a lot, right? It can change depending on the map layout. It can change depending on the targets that you want to go for and who's alive and stuff like that. So we'll just keep on going. Okay, so already down one, and we get split. So that's another loss. So we still don't have any ults, but I'll explain probably what they're gonna want to look for, just to give a reference until next round when we get some ults. But so they just use Mei ult, right? So for them, right, that Mei ult wasn't great because you guys were already down 3-2 2 people, right down 2 people. So they could have just cleaned you up pretty easily without using the mail. Where they wanted to use it is if you guys were rotating either into this room up here to get to like that top area in your point, or just straight ahead. They could wall you here and then may ult whoever walked in to get like pretty much a free kill or free kills pretty much. That's a good value for their may ult. For Ramatra, they're gonna wait for you guys to start walking forward, and then they'll probably really either just only Ramatra ult and just walk at you guys. Oh, let me just delete these so I can show you. Walk at you guys like this. Or they'll do both Ramatra and Kyrie to then speed him and then make him like swing faster with his Ramatra ult. And they'll do that when you guys walk. Like fully commit wise. I'll just keep referencing this part where your guys are already down. People, don't peek. Just sit in spawn or sit behind cover and don't get shot. You sitting out in the open, taking damage, is actively giving them ult charge. A little bit because I can't describe okay. So I know this is over, but let's say you guys had your 2 ults, right? So you have Genji ult and you have Juno ult, right? You can technically use both of those at the same time. So what you would do is, let's say you had those for this fight, right? And the enemy team is in here, right? In that square. So then you would get ready to walk in. So everyone would like walk out of spawn, like here, right? Cool. And they start walking. This, you would speed ring from around this crate, and then you would Juno ult. So big old beam that's moving forward, and then you would pop and you'd walk with that. It's an ult where you pop and then you walk with it pretty much. So like if you want to walk to point, right? It's the same idea kind of with Kiriko. It's like, what is the purpose and why do you want to do this? We want to take space and walk forward and have an ultimate where we can do more damage with. That's what we're doing. So okay, I want to use my Juno ult so we can walk forward. So you're going to use it as a way to engage in, and then you can pop Blade with it to then help get kills. Blade by itself is hard to get a lot of kills with. You maybe at best get 1 or 2 with a dry blade, but with comboing, it allows you to get more value with it. I mean, we didn't have all the time, but just to help give a reference what we're looking for.
Score 1. Ready for battle.
Okay, so we are going to get this started. Let's put that 1. Okay, so just kind of go over what we want and what they want. So what they want is just full on poke. They do not want to brawl at all. They are just going to sit across map and just shoot at you. So what we want is to actively take space and walk. So Ronchma can poke a little bit, but like you're still playing a brawl tank, so you still want to actively walk forward, pressure out people, and then get in front of their face pretty much. So because with their DPS and their support lineup, pretty much do not want to at all engage in any like close to close quarter combat pretty much. So for you guys, you guys did this a little bit. The only thing that you can really engage on right now is Orisa, but what you can all do is pretty much sit in here or on this corner, and then all focus fire this Orisa. This Orisa will have to back up, she'll lose her armor pretty much. Then she'll pop her fortify, and then maybe use her spinning spear or spin, and then she will have to back up, and then that's your chance of either possibly killing her if she uses all of her cooldowns, or if she backs up fully, that gives you the chance to speed and take all of this space pretty much. So where you want to fight is right here, and then after that, you guys can walk forward, and then you want to then just wait a little bit until you can like get your speed back, and then you can speed in again, and then fight in here where their team will be sitting, or if their team is, for example, over here, then you just walk up them. But that's what you want to do.
The objective is now active.
But, yep. So generally, right? Fantastic. This is fantastic. You guys did generally what I said, right? You guys all came together outside of Baptiste. You got a little split. It's just that's more of a pathing thing. So you need to just not. And some of you did come out here, just like walked out this door and sat here. It's not really a great spot unless you're like playing what they're playing, where you're just poking, just like shooting across the map. You pretty much want to be in here, shoot, or walk up and play here. That's where you want to play pretty much. So that was just a pathing thing. But yep. So we were down. So what happened here is we were down at Baptiste, which is pretty much our main healer. So the main person that does the most healing that would keep up our tank. So that's why he fell over. But the idea of you guys forcing both the cooldowns, the fortify, the spin, and then almost killing Orisa. If you guys killed her, awesome. Then you guys would wait a little bit, and then when you get speed or like for example your like arm form, your nemesis form, when you get your speed and nemesis form, so that's and then you can go and then run again. But, yep. So they take that. Okay, cool. Just die. Just trying to save one person. If they're low, it's not worth. Just get out. You're just stacking yourselves even more. Okay, cool. Again, I'll say this again, so I'll just repeat this. Don't take random damage for no reason. Only take damage when you're trying to actively engage. If you're just sitting here and getting shot at, and then you're not actually doing anything with getting shot at, you're actively feeding them ult. This Orisa is at 72% ult charge, while everyone else from our team is at 26, 37, 39, and 60. She's actively going to get her ults if we continue doing that. Pretty much when we want to have our second fight. So we're just actively letting them get a win con, pretty much. So okay. So for like 5 seconds we're all there. So we just need to start walking now. Okay, so you start walking, right? They should. Yep. So, right. So for them, they're going to. I don't know what the Wu-Yang's doing, but normally the Tor. Yep. There's generally going to be a player here. There'll be another DPS here. Their tank's going to be right here. Both their supports should be either here or in here. So I'll just like reword this real quick. So I'm gonna put T for tank, D for DPS, D for DPS, S for support, or S. That's a triple S, but you get the idea. So, okay, where do we want to fight? Okay, we want to fight right here, because there's a DPS, there's a tank. So the closest thing that you can get to engage with and fight with what we're running. So that's what you want to do. And then it's the same thing like I said. Cool. both one extra person. Risa, you like shoot at the Risa, you get her to force her cooldowns, then she backs up. The Sojourn slides away. Cool. You gain all this space, all this awesome space. Cool. And then you use your cooldowns. You can poke a little bit, and then when you have your cooldowns back with form and speed, and let's say you used your wraith or whatever, then you guys can then, when you get all that back, you can go again, where you then walk at them again. But it's kind of that like rinse and repeat idea. So just like a small, minute thing is like the idea of like you don't really want to walk through this door. Walk through this. Like I said, we just kind of sat there and did nothing. We didn't actually take any space or walk on anyone or force anyone. So we just let the Risa build ult, and then she pretty much then can just walk up for free and then ult. Luckily we had beat, so we were able to beat to then live the Risa ult. So beat can be used, since we're getting to ults now, right? Beat can be used as a way to kind of counter or stop an ult. So if the Risa ulted, then you can use it to give people extra HP to live through it if they can't get out in time, or you can speed them out, but either one. Or you can use beat as a way to actively walk forward. So let's say you took this area right here, right? Now, the enemy team is right here, the Risa. You're like, oh man, we're like, what do we want to do? You want to walk forward, right? You want to speed forward and then like pop, maybe shoot a little bit, and then go into your like Nemesis form for Matra, and walk forward, maybe TP with TP like back here or something with like Reaper or whatever, right? And then you're like, okay, we want to do that. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to beat engage. You're going to walk forward in beat. So now you have extra HP, and then you guys can have that extra HP, like, and then fight longer, a little bit more sustained. So that you can beat engage or beat to kind of live ultimates. So we did one of the two things you can do with beat. So great, awesome. That's what we want. I mentioned using lamp as a way to live through the burst damage, because the lamp will make sure you don't die pretty much from Orisa. That's a great idea. But a core concept for, I know this is getting a little bit into the micro, core concept for supports is you don't want to stack some of your ultimates and abilities on top of each other, because for lamp, if we beat it to kind of stop an ultimate, you don't want to throw a lamp, because then you can use the lamp after the beat has gone away if someone's close to dying again. So it's the same idea with other things. So we got lamp forced, we're antied. So and this is something I mentioned in scrims. So we're low, right? So this is when someone will call reset and be like, okay, let's reset. That means stop peeking, don't take damage from enemies, and if they walk at you, then they walk at you. And that means you guys can back up. Like we have speed, so you can speed disengage, you can speed away, and that just allows you to like fully heal yourself up, everyone, and then you can go back in again. Okay, so then everyone's kind of healed up. Cool. So now the enemy team, probably they want to fight somewhat here. The Orisa is probably going to move in there, but they're mostly going to just shoot into there. So for you guys, it's most likely just going to play right here to either just shoot at the Orisa and then have her run away, or you guys actively just run at the Orisa, use abilities and stuff like that, so actively walk into her and then make her run away by like doing a lot of damage, and then you guys can wait a little bit and then take the space station beforehand. So yep. Okay, so next ult. Okay, so window, right? Window can be used for a couple things. It can be used to take space by placing window down to then force people to be like, oh, that's a lot of damage incoming. I'm going to walk away and not be in front of the window anymore. Awesome. It can also be used as a way to keep your team up, so you can put it behind your team to then help yourself increase your healing. That's a safe way to keep everyone up. So it's as a way to amplify everyone's damage, to help push and kill someone, to make someone run away from it to gain space, or a way to help amplify your own, as Baptiste, way to heal someone. So what you probably want to do is not ult back here, because you can only see like this much. It doesn't really give you much to shoot at. So to maximize the amount of like you can get, so it's like, okay, I want to use my ultimate to force someone out and do damage, right? So then you have to think, where would I be able to get the most amount of value for my ultimate with doing damage and forcing someone out? Okay. Now, that would be probably, since you don't want to walk into the Risa, here, because you get all of that with either of those areas. Technically, you get a little bit more. It's like this. Let me back this up. Boop, boop. Okay. It's like that. So you can just see a reason from either side. You can see their entire team from either side. So either one works. Let's play this forward. So we just got low and got speared and ulted from somewhere we can't really see. We're already down 2 people. We're low, so it's just die / run away, pretty much. We can't stagger ourselves because we're just losing more time. Okay. Let's not peek. Just sit behind cover. Don't have to actively shoot at anyone. Just wait. Because you can gradually see this Orisa is just gained 10%. Now 83%, 13, 15%, 16%. And you guys haven't even walked to point yet. So it's the idea of like, sit behind cover until everyone is with you, and you're like, okay, we're good. Start walking. Let's start walking forward. So, like I said, this is not where you want to take a fight. The only person you're seeing is this Orisa right here. You're getting 0 value from that. So you just walk forward. She's actively going to walk away because she's nowhere near her team. Because there's 2 people back there. There's like, maybe there's 3 here, but like the Ana can't see them, the Torb can't see it, the Wu Yang can't see it. The only person that's helping the Orisa is their Surge. And neither of them want to be there. So when you guys start walking forward, they'll actively want to walk back and respect you guys walking at them. So we got, I don't know if we get another touch. I don't think we do, but I'll talk about ults. So we're getting close to get Blade. So we got Blade incoming. So what do we want to look for? What do you want to do for Blade? Okay, so for Blade, you mostly want to go for DPS and supports and people that can not really get that far away from you. So Leona would be a fantastic. Torbjorn's decent because he can't really get away from you, but you have to watch out for the turret. And then Wing and Sojourn are a little harder because they have a speed away and then the dash. So it's just to make sure you can have something to then dash to them again. So you have to walk up to them, blade, and then if they run away, then you can dash to them after. But so what you can do is, okay, I want a blade. I want to walk on these people. You name out the people that you see or you want to go on. Cool. Then the Ramatra can throw a slow to slow them down. He can then pop form and walk at them. We can actively speed in there, right? So then you have not just the Genji ulting, trying to go in by himself. You got the whole team following up, right? So, but for them, so for you guys, just as an illustration, like, okay, let's say their team is like here or something, right? You're gonna actively walk at them. You're gonna speed at them, pop, do damage, pop your nemesis form. They get pushed back. You pop blade. You go in. Everyone follows, right? For them, so let's say also most of them are right here too. So you shoot the Orisa. You try to force her back or make her pop her ult. You blade right after. You speed in. You go on the two people that are closest because that's all you can do, right? But for them, for blue team, I'm just kind of showing everyone like what they're looking for, what you're looking for. You can see that they're postured up. You guys might not know that they have these ults, but that's something you'll eventually learn how to like kind of like keep track of, like, oh, they probably are coming up on this, right? Or you'll be like, I wonder why they're playing so aggressive. It's probably because they have a Risa ult, or they have Nano, or this another support ult, right? So this Risa is wanting to kind of play here. They want to fight here because they don't want to let you guys walk in to get the point. So they're going to invest pretty much mostly all their ults. So they're going to Nano the Risa probably, or the Surge. The Risa is going to pop her ult, and then the Wu Ying's going to ult the Risa, and then Tor will probably ults on points or in the doorways. So like, and I'll just go down so Orisa wants to stuff the choke so you guys can't get out and maybe get some people. Wu Ying's gonna ult the Orisa so you can down people, like, get easy kills. It's combo ultimate. Ana wants to ult someone because then they can get value and they can kill someone. Tor wants to ult not really to kill someone, but to stop you from walking somewhere. So they can ult these little doorways. Oh, that's the race here. They ult these doorways to stop you from walking forward. Ult the point so you don't want to get on point. So, yeah. Just gotta think about what and why you want to use your ult for. You don't ever want to hold on to it. That's not something you want to do. Lost that.
This ends now.
Next point. Okay, so cover this, and then we'll do Servasa right after. Okay, so they're running Queen, cool, right? So for you guys actively either want to fight here, or if there's people that walk over here, right here. So there currently is no one over there at this moment, right? So you're mostly going to fight in this box, do damage to the queen to make her back up, right? Cool. If you can do that, then you guys have point, and then your next place you'll fight is in this box. So the instant they walk forward, you guys engage on them. So it's like, okay, so you speed in, you maybe put your like Ramatra shield, so anyone that walked in is getting, like, blocking off their healing. You can slow them, right? And then you can pop your form, and then everyone kind of focuses whoever is like in this box, pretty much, right? But let's say they went over here. You would want to fight here. So that's either you guys walk over if you're still from main, if you didn't realize they went that way, or you walk over here, right? So it's like that idea. So like the idea. So I like the idea of the slow. A little too far, to be honest. If you placed it like here, perfect. The shield probably need to be a little further back because you don't need a shield from JQ. And then also we see that these guys are walking over here, right? So they will definitely shoot at people. So what this means is we actively, either you need to go for them to kill them, or you actively ignore them, and then all 5 of you walk like this and fight here. And you just use cover to ignore these people, right? So let's go fast a bit.
The objective
So
is now
actively we got distracted, started splitting, right? That's kind of why we got split here. We're gonna lose our mantra, right? Hope someone else dies, we get anti. Yeah, so like we actively split. We didn't really go anywhere again, so we need to keep with brawl comp. You need to actively go somewhere. You can't be like indecisive and then decide to go somewhere else, or like walk somewhere and then leave, right? Okay. Fast forward. Cool. So we decide to go the other way. Awesome. So cool. Great. If one way didn't work, go another way. That's fantastic. So you guys are gonna walk into this room. Cool. And most of the time you can fight here. The only thing you have to be aware of is a Mei wall. Since they are running Mei, you have to kind of jiggle it where you walk forward and then kind of bait it out. After you get that cooldown out, then you can actively just throw a slow down, put up a shield behind them to block off the supports, and just walk at them, pretty much. You speed and walk at them. And you will either can maybe kill a DPS if they're up on top of the queen, or you just burst the queen pretty much. Like, the only way to kill a queen is pretty much all of you looking at her and blowing her up. And then that's pretty much it. But yep, so here we go. Walk forward. Not terrible slow. It's pretty good. You got the flanks is a little okay. It's just Kiriko isn't the greatest target because she can just TP away pretty much. She just ignores the soldier, and also we're just splitting ourselves. Like, we actively want to, with a brawl, focus a little bit more on one target than splitting focus. So fighting, it's awesome. Got knifed. It's a little unfortunate. We didn't really try to walk forward. Kind of just sat there until like someone got killed on our team. So again, we need to actively like, okay, get out this one cooldown. That's very important, which is a wall, so we can actually walk through and fight in the area we want to fight, because that's the box we want to fight in, and then go, right? So cool. Okay, don't fight, just leave, right? Don't do anything. Let's see. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we're a little low. So if this is just a rule of thumb for tanks wise, or anyone that has armor, which is the orangish color on your health pool, right? If you do not have armor, you should wait around a corner and get healed up. Armor is a fantastic thing that like reduces damage dealt to you. It's better than like normal HP and also shields. So with tanks, it's especially important because it's how you live most of the time if a tank has armor. So if you don't have armor on the watch rate, you want to wait a little bit, get behind cover, and heal yourself before you engage. But okay, so got a couple options. You guys can identify that there's people here. You're not going to be able to do anything to this Ana, so she's not an option. And then you know these guys are here. So there's like 2 places you can fight. Boom and boom, right? So you guys can just have to worry about a Mei wall again. So you just walk forward, try to bail out the Maywall, you fight them, or you go over here and then fight those two, right? And even if you don't, so one of these, right, if you don't kill them, they get out, cool, you force cooldowns, fantastic. You still got value. If you fight these guys, again, you can still force out ultimates or cooldowns, and then these two, JQ and our Queen and May, do not have escape tools, so they will definitely can be killed. So also pressuring out to take the tank and May to then take space is also really good. So we have one ult currently, right? So this is where we're walking out of spawn, right? And be like, okay, what do I want to do with my ultimate, and where do I want to do it? Okay, and slash, what do you want from it? What you want from it is to take space and maybe kill someone with your ultimate with Kiri. Awesome. Where do you want to do it? Probably on point or a chokeway that's 2 point, right? Awesome. And then it's like, okay. And you're like, okay, I can identify all that. Cool. We're walking down this whole area. Awesome. You see there's a clear line to the point. Cool. That's where you want to pop it. You get to walk on point. Either it's going to force a reaction from these two to either ult in retaliation, or they actively walk away. Cool, you got free space. Awesome. And they might get killed. But you have to preemptively like do it. You can't be like, oh, wait a couple seconds. I don't know. So for them, they're like, okay, they're walking into. So you guys want to fight here, right? Or have them fight in there. They also want you to be in this little box to fight you here. So they saw you guys walk in here. They're like, okay, we're going to Kiri ult. So they immediately Kiri ulted when you walked in there. So, and then they queened all on top of that. So, also, if you're running Kiriko for antis or cleanse, like, okay, I'm going to use cleanse, group up. It's a little chaotic at that point, but it's a little hard. But also, you want to play a little bit closer together, not so split, so you can get the cleanse off on everyone. That's just a team thing, not a specific person thing. But yep. And that. So then, say we got the cleanse off, we lived, stabilized, or whatever, because this is like general idea what the Kiri ult, but we just did it after the fact of them ulting, so we're already behind because they invested too. Okay, let's say that we pop that. Our Macho would probably want to maybe pop his and just walk in, right? And then if you're getting low, you can hold up your block to reduce damage, because you don't have to like walk around, punch people to kill people. It's the idea of your aura, like the big AoE of the ult, that's going to do some damage to people and make people run away, which is great. You don't have to confirm kills. You just need to make sure you live. But if we don't do that, this is sometimes. So soldier can ult from main. He also can get value from like running off to the side and then like hitting, like kind of. It's a little far, so this is a little extreme, but like this is a gamble play where it's risky to be this far away from your team, so you can get punished for it. But like, you either sit down main and pop your visor, or you take a gamble, right? Yep. So there's those, and then got like 10 minutes. I don't want to do more than an hour. It's a little long. Do this roster real quick. Like 1.75 times it.
Ready for battle.
Okay.
Ready for battle.
Okay. Right, so a tiny bit. So I'll say this right now. This isn't greatest comp. I will get general comps that fit everyone's like heroes that I like to play or are good at when we get that filled out. But I won't really talk too much about that, but Genji normally doesn't want to too much focus on a flanker, but in the situation of the heroes that we have selected, he would have to be the one to do it. So, generally, we kind of discussed. You don't want everyone to turn around for the Tracer. Genji will kind of pressure that out. Soldier will be kind of with the Ana, and the Mercy will be with the Reinhardt, trying to focus whoever he's on or swinging. So, generally, right now, this is where you want to play. So if they walk in here, you're just gonna sit on this corner and swing at them and shoot at them. Right? So that's kind of what you want to do. You don't really want to go too far forward because you just take a lot of damage with your shield. So right here, right, shooting at them, fantastic. The only main reason why we're kind of losing this fight is because we have two supports getting turned around because of one Tracer. I'm not saying the supports are at fault there, but we need someone DPS to force out a Tracer. And currently, our Ryan's going to implode pretty much. And also, if our Ryan implodes and gets forced out, that means our soldier can't actually do damage either. To like but again, we don't want to. We want to sit here and have a fight, like shoot at this and swing at this, but you don't want to walk into that little box. Okay, that fight's over. Cool. Let's kind of go through this quickly. Yep, I did the same thing. A little split. Oops. Don't know how far I went. Awesome, got a pick. Only problem is our Reinhardt is a little too far, and we had 3 people turn around for that Tracer again. That Tracer's getting a lot of value. We lose our Reinhardt. If we wanted to like get crazy, you could have a Mercy soldier go on. If 2 people, you could have him. So soldier can take really hard flanks. He's like one of the characters just because like it's kind of what he wants to do. He just wants to run around places. So if you wanted to, map's a little weird, like stuff in the sky. Over here is okay. It's not that great, but like running all the way over here is awesome because you get like free shots on this Mercy or far pretty much. You can at least see them more, and then you just have your Genji, Ana, and pretty much on the Rhine. But yep, we'll just I don't think you can really fight. Took too long. Okay, we'll move to next point. Okay, cool. So, back this up a little bit. Okay, cool. So, awesome. Generally, like I said before, but now you're doing it. The only thing is you don't have to kill the Tracer, right? You shoot at the Tracer, you get a recall force, and then do some more damage to her. She has to run away. Fantastic. You do not need to chase that. Walking down these stairs, and then just shooting at the Queen, doing damage, or shooting at the Pharah, or whatever. That's going to get you more value than trying to confirm a kill on a Tracer that can just has 3 blinks and a recall to get more blinks back. It's not worth. Just get her away from you, force her out, get her cooldown, and you don't have to get a confirmed kill. That means she's out because Tracers play around their recall. So if they don't have that, normally they're not going to want to fight someone. And then the rest of the team will eventually walk out this doorway pretty much, and then play on this corner right here. Play on that corner, and you'll just pretty much just like swing, hit these guys, and then shoot at anyone else. And then get Valk. So what we're looking for is we've got like almost 3 ults here, right? So we got Valk can run Visor pretty much almost instantly, so you're gonna want to like, okay, how do you want to get value with Visor? Yeah, so you can either again sit somewhere close to your team and just shoot down main pretty much, so, or take like aggressive angle and try to catch someone off guard with Visor. So going over here, fantastic. And then Mercy's mostly with her Valk is just going to be chain beaming and healing and flying around to heal everyone. So when the fight, like when we invest ults, you can probably just immediately just pop Valk and then heal the soldier damage boost until you think you need to fly away to heal someone else. Nano can be used just to put on a tank to increase how like damage reduction and just damage in general, or you can just commit it to the soldier and then he just gets more with his maybe his Visor and not invest Valk at that point. But again, maybe like using 2 ults.
Time for the wreck.
Again, generally playing here is not good because that's where their Pharah wants to shoot. That's where their Pharah wants to shoot. Their Kiriko and their JQ was playing, so that's not really great for us. If you guys if this 3 core was playing like here, this Pharah has to swing out more to be able to see you. JQ has to like kind of go in further, and the Kiriko would either have to go with the queen and then either get shot at and killed possibly. So like you want to let's delete the box so I don't have multiple boxes. Play right here, but fight and hit them inside that box. That's what okay. So we didn't invest anything, fine. They used two ults, so pretty much killed 3 people, so there's not really a good idea. But now we're like, okay, we have these Valk, that's okay. But we have 2 ults here, right? Okay, cool, awesome. We almost have Blade, we almost have Shatter. So we're like, okay, Visor. Let's just use it for me. Awesome. So our soldier is just gonna play like here. Right? Swing a little bit, like out like this. Hit maybe the pressure of the JQ or whatever. If you can see the FAR, you can get the FAR, right? And then if you want to nano the soldier, maybe to get more of a confirmed kill, you can. And then if that didn't work, then maybe look for a Shatter, right? And Shatter is like, okay, you don't need for like Visor, you know, like just basic Blade. Most ults, you don't need 5Ks, right? If you can get like 1 or 2 people with your ultimate, that's fantastic. That's value. 1 to 2 people wins fights. So, like, okay, Reinhardt's right here, right? You swing, see like 2 people here, you shatter. Boom, you get the Kiriko and the Queen. Now you can get 2 kills with your shatter. That wins the fight, right? Visor, oh man, the far Mercy are like right here. Nano Visor, boom, get 2 people, awesome, you can win that fight, right? But yeah, forward. Again, objective of like a Reinhardt slash Brawl is pretty much just getting on top of them, like just hitting them. So you can have some DPS to like do a little poke, but you don't want everyone to do that. You're just going to get like no value, and then like you're not going to go anywhere. Okay, so where you guys want to play? You're playing Reinhardt, so you did not want to give them space. You do not want to also give Pharah this entire area to fly around. So your options to sit up is right here. You are wanting to kill them inside this little box and fight there. And guess what? This is pretty tight. So you're like, okay, I want to get a big shatter. This is an easy place to get a big shatter because they have to funnel through here. Okay. And then you can blade, or you don't even have to shatter. We just have to think of like, okay, this is a good place where we can hold with our tank, and then we can like invest maybe nano blade or something. But yeah, And also, we don't need to instantly run to point. You can win the fight and then walk back to point. Point's not even unlocked yet, so you don't even need to be on top of point. You don't need a stun point until you win the fight, and then you can cap it. So we just kind of give up that space.
Justice reigns from above.
So kind of set up, kind of did what I said. Where you want to sit there, and then we just backed up, and then let them walk in, and just ran over. Okay, so round 2. Okay, here we go. Now, awesome. So we're walking up, taking space. There's Tracer. That probably at least one person forces Tracer out, so they don't like walk up and kill support. Walk up to this corner. Cool. Then you're gonna fight here because that's all you can do, right? But you're like, okay, what do we want to do? We got 4 ults. We got multiple options, right? You can either first like, okay, and we shatter, and then we can go off of that. You want to shatter, just maybe get 1 or 2 people down to maybe try to finish them off, or force out a cooldown of like maybe cleanse, so they might cleanse someone that's shattered to keep them up, or you can do Nano Blade, and then the Rhine charges in. Everyone kind of commits in, right? So you just want to like think about those.
Time for the reckoning.
Also, if we know they have a Queen or Ana, we should try to actively try to switch. I know we had Nano, but like we should try to use Nano way earlier. Now, like, we want to actively. I want you guys to actively press Q more often than holding it. It's better to have a bad ult than not use it. So. I just buttered. So, with it, right? Cool, awesome. They're down like 2 people, technically 3, or because those 2 are out. So, you guys straight up, just all 4 of you, just walk at them, run at them. Maybe you can invest shatter if you wanted to. Like, you would get so much. You could get to 80% with killing these 2 and fighting these 2. And then maybe cap this one. But with just sitting here not doing anything, they're really all able to come back. So, they want that.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds. Flashpoint
Okay,
unlocked.
forward, cool, awesome. Okay, so let's fight here. Cool. Maybe shatter. See if we can get someone or 2, right? That's what we're looking for. Awesome. Got a kill. Capitalized on that. Got 2 kills, technically speaking. Now, try to clean up, since our Reinhardt's got aggro, we try to clean up on the JQ, right?
Justice reigns. Time for the reckoning.
Big cleanse. Awesome. Kind of grouped up together. Just kind of lost the fight, so down a couple people. Like, we still have 4 people up, now we're down like 2 more. Only have 3. Just said, jump off map or run to point and die. Because this is gets staggered out. You guys don't do anything for it. Okay. I know we use Curie ult here. So I went too far. Okay. So I like the idea of this. We use Curie ult. So took space. Awesome. They disengaged. Cool. So that means, but one thing is, we can actively set up though to like hold, not just sit in the middle of the point. We can like play here, and then either fight here or here. Either doorway they come out. We just kind of like sat in the open and let them shoot from all sides. We didn't really go anywhere after taking the space and taking the point, right? So, And then we also ult, so we can pop Genji Blade for the next like engagement. We can pop Visor, right? So again, it's better to use an ult and it'd be bad than not use it, because you can just build up another one. It just has to have the right idea behind it. If there's no purpose beyond the ult, then okay, but like if there's a purpose and you didn't execute it well enough, that's fine. Okay, cool. Walk forward, awesome, bang, boom, bada bang. So there's not really much you guys can do. So much you can see. This person here, you can fight here. You can do damage. If she didn't have her ult, she would back away, right? Cool. You can shatter her, etc., etc. And if she backed away, you could fight here. Or, and if you push them out, or if they're up a little bit further, they run away, and either all of you take high ground, so force out the forest for your soldier. Oh, yeah. So it's a little.
Time for the reckoning.
I think I generally covered. That's an hour and 6 minutes. Yeah, this is a long VOD. My bad. So I kind of covered everything of the 2 to 3 things I think I said. So kind of like the objective, what we want to do, where we want to fight, where we not want to fight, and what we want to do with our ults. The idea behind it, when we want to do it, and just using them, right? Not just saving them for like 3 fights after. You can get your ult back in a fight or 2. But yeah, so that's generally the concept for this VOD. Again, like I said in the last one, I should have said this in the front. You can fast forward through sections. You don't have to go through all the maps, but just make sure you get the general ideas.